गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स. माझं नाव राहुल पळसकर आणि मी पुन्हा एकदा तुमचे सगळ्यांचे सहर्ष स्वागत करतो आपल्या किड्स मॅजिकल लर्निंग यूट्यूब चॅनलवरती. आणि मी आज घेऊन आलेलो आहे स्टँडर्ड 6चं हिस्ट्रीचं लेसन नंबर 8चं बुक रीडिंग. चला तर मग रीडिंग स्टार्ट करूया. लेसन नंबर 8 स्टेट आफ्टर द मौर्य एम्पायर. याच्यामध्ये टोटल 6 टॉपिक दिलेत 8.1 पासून तर 8.6 पर्यंत. तर आपण ते कुठले कुठले टॉपिक आहे ते पहिले ते बघूया. पहिला आहे द शनुक डायनॅस्टी, इंडो ग्रीक किंग्स, कुशान किंग्स, द गुप्ता डायनेस्टी, द वर्धन डायनेस्टी, पॉवर इन द नॉर्थ इंडिया. तर आपण 8.1 पासून स्टार्ट करूया. 8.1 द शनुक डायनेस्टी. आफ्टर एम्पायर अशोक, Maurya power start declining. The last Maurya emperor was called Brihadratha. The Maurya general Pushyamitra Shanuk revolted against Brihadratha, killed him and became the king himself. 8.2 The Indo-Greek kings. During this period, there were several small kingdoms ruled by Greek king to the northwest of the Indian subcontinent. Those kings are known as Indo-Greek kings. In the history of the coin of ancient India, the coin of these kings are very important. They had a tradition of putting the picture of the king on one side and that of the deities on the other side. This tradition later took root in India. One of the famous Indo-Greek king was Menander, who discussed Buddhist philosophy with the Buddhist bhikkhu Nagasen. Menander is also referred to as Milinda. The question that he discussed with Bhikkhu Nagasen led to the creation of the book Milinda Panha. The Pali word Panha means a question. आता आपण 8.3 कडे जाऊया आपण. कुशान किंग. India was invaded from time to time by several tribes. The Kushan were one such tribe from Central Asia. They established their rule in the northwestern region and in Kashmir in the 1st century CE. The Kushan king were the first to start minting the gold coins in India. They started the custom of putting the image of Gautam Buddha and different Indian deities on the coin. The Kushan king Kanishka extended their empire. आता 8.3 मधलाच ॲडिशनल टॉपिक बघूया. एम्पायर कनिष्का. Kanishka empire extended from Kabul in the west to Varanasi in the east. Gold and copper coins minted by him have been founded in the North India. The 4th Buddhist Council was held in Kashmir during his reign. He established the city of Kanishkapur in Kashmir. It is believed that the village of Kampur near to Srinagar today could be the Kanishkapur. The well-known poet Ashwaghosh lived during the reign of Kanishka. He wrote text Buddha Charitra and Vajra Suchi. The famous Vaidya Charak was also in Kanishka court. आता याच्यामध्ये त्यांनी काही ॲडिशनल पॉईंट्स सांगितलेले. त्या म्हटले त्यांनी डू यू नो. आपण ते पण वाचूया. कनिष्का गोल्ड कॉइन जो त्यांनी इथे वरती दाखवलेला आहे. कनिष्का गोल्ड कॉइन. It was minted by Emperor Kanishka It has the word Shaho Naho Shaho, Kanishki Kushano. On the one side, it means that king of the king, Emperor Kanishka, Kushan. On the other side, there is an image of Gautam Buddha and the word Bodo, meaning Buddha, written in the Greek script. आता आपण जाऊ 8.4 वरती. त्यात आहे द गुप्ता डायनेस्टी. The end of the 3rd century CE saw the rise of the Gupta dynasty in the North India. The Gupta remains in power for nearly 3 centuries. Sri Gupta was the founder of the Gupta dynasty. Samudragupta and Chandragupta too were the notable king of the Gupta dynasty. Samudragupta. The expansion of the Gupta Empire began during the reign of Chandragupta I. His son Samudragupta defeated the small neighboring kingdom and extended the empire further. In his time, the Gupta Empire spread from Assam up to Punjab. He had also conquered the eastern coastal region up to Kachi in Tamil Nadu. Due to these victories, his power came to be recognized everywhere. As a result, king on the northwestern frontier as well as those in the Sri Lanka made treaties of friendship with him. A pillar inscription of Prayag describes Samudragupta's conquest and victories. This inscription is known as Prayag Prashasti and also Allahabad Prashasti. He was an expert veena player. He minted coins which had a variety of images engraved on them. In one of them, he is seen playing the veena. His name Samudragupta is engraved on it. आता याच्यातला आपण टॉपिक नंबर 2 वाचून सुरुवात करू. Chandragupta II. After Samudragupta, his son Chandragupta II ascended the throne. He extended the Gupta Empire toward the northwest. He also won Malwa, Gujarat and Saurashtra. He established good relationship with the powerful Vakatak rulers in the south by giving his daughter Prabhavati in marriage to Rudrasen II. There is an iron pillar at Mehurli near Delhi. It has not rusted even in the course of the last 1500 years. It is an excellent specimen of the metallurgy skill of the ancient Indian people. The inscription of the pillar bear the name of a king called Chandra. It is on this basis that the iron pillar is assumed to be of the period of Chandragupta II. In this period, Buddha Bhikkhu Fan Fa Hein come to India from China. He has written an account of his travels in India. From his writing, we learn about the efficient administration of the Gupta Empire. त्याच्यामध्ये पण त्यांनी काही ॲडिशनल कमेंट दिले, आपण त्या रीड करू. त्यात म्हटलं त्याने, डू यू नो द चायनीज ट्रॅव्हलर फा हाइन come to India during the reign of the Chandragupta II. In his travels, he had described the social life during the Gupta period. He says that India's cities are big and prosperous. There are several guest houses for travelers and also several charitable organizations. The city has hospitals where the poor get medicine treatment free of charge. There are great vihars and temples. People are free to choose any occupation. They move about freely. There are no restrictions on their movement. Government offers Government officers and soldiers are paid their salaries regularly. People do not drink alcohol or commit violence. The administration of the Gupta rules is conducted in a proper and efficient manner. आता आपण वाचतोय आपण 8.5 द वर्धन डायनेस्टी. With the decline of the Gupta power, many states emerged in the North India. The Vardhan dynasty was one of them. Prabhakar Vardhan was the king of the Thanser near Delhi. The Vardhan dynasty became powerful during his reign. His son Harshavardhan expanded the Vardhan empire up to Nepal in the north, up to the river Narmada in the south, Assam in the east and Gujarat in the west. He had cordial relation with the Raja Bhaskar Varna of Kamrup, that is ancient Assam. He had also established friendly relationship with the Emperor of China and even sent his ambassadors to the Chinese court. The capital of Harshavardhan's empire was Kanuj. Trade flourished during his reign. He spent a large portion of his revenue for the welfare of the people. Every 5 years he would describe all his wealth among the people. याच्यात वर्ड चुकला आहे. every 5 years he would distribute all his wealth among the peoples. The court poet Bhanabhatta wrote Harshavardhan. The court poet Bhanabhatta wrote Harshacharitra, a biography of Emperor Harshavardhan. His text provide information on the life and achievement of Harshavardhan. Harshavardhan had become a follower of Buddhism but gave generous patronage to other religion too. He wrote 3 Sanskrit plays, Ratnavali, Naganand and Priya Darshika. The Buddhist bhikkhu Yan Chuang had come to India from China during his reign. He traveled to all parts of India. He stayed at the Nalanda University for 2 years. On the returning to his homeland, he translated many Buddhist manuscripts into Chinese. आता 8.5 मध्ये त्यांनी काही ॲडिशनल कमेंट्स दिल्या त्यांनी ते आपण वाचूया. डू यू नो यांग च्वांग ट्रॅव्हल्ड ऑल ओव्हर इंडिया. ही हॅड वर्ड ऑफ प्रेज फॉर द पीपल ऑफ महाराष्ट्र. ही राईट द पीपल ऑफ महाराष्ट्र आर अ प्राऊड पीपल. They never forgive a favor done to them, but they do not spare anyone who insults them. They will help another in distress without a care even for their own life. They do not harm anyone who take refuge with them. ओके, तर आपण 8.6 वरती आलेलो आहे. त्याचं नाव आहे द पॉवर इन द Northeast India. A story of Mahabharata tell about the marriage of Arjuna and Ulpi, the princess of Manipur state in the East India. The state of Kamrup emerged in the 4th century CE. It was established by Pushyavarma. His name has been minted in the pillar inscription of Samudragupta at Allahabad. Many inscriptions of Kamrup king are available. The epic Mahabharata and Ramayana use name Prayag Jyotish for Kamrup. The capital of that state was Prayag Jyotishpur. Today we know it as the city of Guwahati in Assam. In the book of Periplus of the Erythraean Sea, Kamrup is mentioned as Kirhadiya, or the region of the Kirit people. The Kamrup kingdom extended in the Brahmaputra river basin, Bhutan, some part of the Bengal and Bihar. During the reign of King Bhaskar Varma, Yang Chuang has visited Kamrup. In this chapter, we learn about the different kingdoms in the North India that emerged in the period after the Mauryas. Similar, we also learn about the situation in the northeastern part of India during that period. In the next chapter, we will get acquainted with the kingdom of the south of the same period. आता याच टॉपिकमध्ये त्यांनी काही ॲडिशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन दिली आहे काश्मीरबद्दल, आता आपण ती वाचूया. डू यू नो, अकॉर्डिंग टू द इंडियन ट्रेडिशन, Kashmir was known as Kashyapur in the ancient India. Greek historians have mentioned it by name of Kashyapa Pyrrhus, Kashyapa Tyrus and Kashyaperia. There is a mention that the Kamboj dynasty ruled there during the period of Mahabharata. During Emperor Ashoka period, Kashmir had become a part of the Maurya period. In the 17th century CE, Kashmir was ruled by the Karakot dynasty. Kalhan has written about it in this book Rajata Ragini. तर अशा प्रकारे आपण लेसन नंबर 8 स्टेट आफ्टर द मौर्य एम्पायर याचं आपण रीडिंग पूर्ण आपण संपवलेलं आहे. तर आपण पुढच्या याचा पुन्हा भेटूया चॅप्टर नंबर 9 ला. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.